My beloved child, pause for a moment and listen as I speak tenderly into the quiet corners of your heart, for I desire only good things for you, and I want you to feel the warmth of my nearness and the gentleness of my embrace, right here and right now, no matter what circumstances weigh upon you. I am always by your side, surrounding you with a love so steadfast that nothing can break its hold on you, and I will not step away, not even for an instant, because you are far too cherished for me to let you go. I see the hopes and dreams you carry, and I understand the faint tremors of fear that sometimes tremble beneath your daily routines. Rest assured, I will guide you through each one. Do not let shadows from the past or worries about tomorrow steal your joy, for I am already illuminating your path with my guiding light, ensuring that no darkness can ever truly consume you. Stand firm in the knowledge that a bright future awaits, and take heart, for I am always moving on your behalf. My precious one, I want you to comprehend the immeasurable value you possess, for I created you with infinite care and placed within you a part of my very own heart, so that you would forever bear my imprint. You are not an accident, nor are you alone in this vast and sometimes confusing world. Rather, you are a crown of splendor in my hand, shining with the brilliance of all the love I have woven into your spirit. I watch you grow and learn. I see your moments of triumph and your moments of weakness. And through them all, I am so very proud of the resilience you demonstrate. Do not belittle yourself or feel that your flaws define you, because I have shaped you to be a vessel of my grace, molded you like a treasure that I hold close. Embrace this truth with confidence and trust that your worth cannot be diminished. I know that from time to time you might look around and wonder if you truly matter in the grand tapestry of humanity, but hear my words. You are as precious as any priceless gemstone, fashioned by my own hands to reflect the brilliance of my unconditional love. When the world attempts to convince you that you must earn acceptance or chase validation, remember that I have already called you beloved. The sparkle you bring into every situation, even when you're feeling weary, catches my eye and reminds me of the masterpiece I created you to be. Do not doubt the plan I have for you, because every detail of your being is part of a glorious design. Fix your eyes on this reassuring promise. I have set you apart, and I will never disregard the treasure that you are. My dearest child, consider how a gardener tends to a seed hidden in the soil, patiently watering and nourishing it until it bursts forth in vibrant color. That is how I care for your heart. I water you with hope, I nourish you with peace, and I shine upon you with heavenly love that transforms every barren patch into a flourishing garden of possibility. Even though you might not see the full bloom yet, trust that I am working beneath the surface, causing roots of faith to go deep so that you will stand firm in every season. Do not lose heart if progress seems slow, for I am the master gardener, and I promise that in time you will see the beauty I have planted within you unfold. Step forward into this truth, holding on to the confidence that in my timing your life will blossom fully. I rejoice every time you draw near, every time your thoughts wander towards me in a quiet moment, because those are the instances when our relationship grows in depth and intimacy. Your prayers, whether silent whispers or joyful exclamations, are precious melodies in my ears, and I respond to them with unwavering devotion. Even if you doubt the power of your words, do not hold back. Speak to me openly, pour out your concerns, and celebrate your triumphs with me, for I delight in every breath of communion. Do not fear that your voice is too small or your request too large, because I am both infinite and intimately close, longing to hear your heartbeat. The joy I find in you is endless, and I would not trade it for anything. I understand, my child, that life can carry you to rocky shores where the crashing waves of uncertainty loom large, making it feel as if everything you once knew is on the brink of crumbling away. I see the tears you shed in the quiet hours, the nights when you lie awake replaying anxious thoughts and scenarios that serve only to tighten the knot in your chest. I notice when your heart feels squeezed by the pressures of financial burdens, conflicts in relationships, or the weight of self-doubt that creeps in without invitation. Do not think I am blind to these moments. I am closer than you can ever imagine, cradling your spirit and whispering my reassurance. Do not be afraid. I will bring calm to your storm. Hold on to this promise and trust that better days are ahead. When you wrestle with loneliness that gnaws at your soul, or when disappointment over unfulfilled dreams settles on your shoulders, believe me when I say that I see you, clearly and lovingly. Your silent cries are like an echo in my heart, prompting me to draw nearer, eager to soothe the weary places within you. I know there are occasions when you feel misunderstood or overlooked, as if the world is moving too fast and you are left on the sidelines, waiting for someone to notice the pain behind your smile. Yet, even in the darkest corners of that loneliness, I am already there, shining a gentle light that calls you by name. Lean into my presence with the assurance that you will never be lost in the crowd to me. Yes, I know every sacrifice you have made, from the smallest daily acts of kindness to the monumental steps of faith that others might never see. I am aware of the moments when you gave from a heart of compassion, even though you yourself were weary, and I see the internal battles you fight to stay hopeful, despite discouragement. These struggles are never hidden from my sight. As a loving parent, my heart aches when you ache, and I tenderly gather your tears, treasuring them as the most precious offering of sincerity. Do not suppose for a second that your anguish goes unnoticed, for I hold each sorrowful sigh in my hands with the greatest care. Press on, knowing that your burdens will not last forever. Therefore, my beloved, remember that I am your shield, a fortress of unshakable strength that stands resolutely against the forces seeking to harm you. I have proven my faithfulness throughout generations, guiding my people through deserts and across seas, protecting them from the snare of adversity. You too are included in this glorious heritage of safety and refuge, enveloped by the promise that I will never falter in my watch over you. Though hardships may try to claw their way into your life, they cannot overpower my protective arms, which hold you firmly, refusing to let you go. Lift your eyes above the chaos and trust that my shield is always raised for you. Think of me as your refuge in every storm, a sanctuary you can run to when the wind howls, the thunder roars, and the road ahead seems hidden by driving rain. In ancient times, I guided my servant Noah through raging floods, keeping him safe in an ark of my own design. I am still the same God now, creating secure havens for those who seek my presence amid turbulent seasons. The storms that rage around you are no match for my command, for with a single word, I can still the waters and bring clarity where confusion once reigned. Take shelter under my wings, trusting that I will not allow you to be swept away by the tempest. No matter how fierce the weather, I remain unmovable and ever ready to bring you peace. Right now, you might not see the path I am clearing before you. It may be concealed by obstacles of your own doubts or by situations that seem insurmountable. Yet, trust that I am moving even in the silence, orchestrating events and aligning people to bring about my good purposes for your life. Much like a shepherd who goes before his flock to ensure the trail is safe, I step ahead of you, casting aside dangers and placing signposts of guidance where you least expect them. Do not lose hope when the journey appears long, for my wisdom far surpasses what you can perceive in the moment. Move forward with confidence, and be assured that every step you take is guarded by my hand. Do not fear your enemies, whether they manifest as external opposition or internal battles of self-criticism and shame. For you are under my constant care, and no threat can extinguish the promise I have placed upon you. Instead, come to me with courage, laying every worry at my feet and accepting my protection like a cloak upon your shoulders. I have conquered every enemy that seeks to deceive you, to bind you in chains of despair or guilt, and I assure you that my victory stands unshaken. Embrace the freedom I offer, let go of the anxieties that tie knots in your spirit, and believe that I stand guard against every form of harm. Today, rest in my unyielding defense. Just as a pillar of fire guided my people by night in the wilderness, I provide you with direction, insight, and a beacon of hope to navigate life's uncharted territories. Perhaps your path is not perfectly illuminated from start to finish, but each step can be taken in faith, knowing that my light always shines where you need it most, precisely when you need it most. Do not be disheartened if you lack full clarity. Instead, treasure the beauty of trusting me in the moment, letting your hand remain in mine, so that together we continue forward. I promise, the road I've set before you is not a dead end, but a promise-laden journey. Trust in my shining flame and step onward with anticipation. When you find yourself standing at the crossroads, uncertain of which direction to follow, speak my name and wait in expectant hope, for I will answer. I am the God who parted the Red Sea, the one who broke down ancient walls with songs of praise, and the lover of your soul who yearns to guide your heart toward abundant life. I never intended for you to walk alone in confusion. My desire is to walk with you, pointing out pitfalls and giving you discernment to choose what is best for your future. Let your heart rest in the knowledge that I will always answer when you call. Move forward bravely, rooted in my wise counsel. Speak to me, my child, for I always hear you, even in the faintest whisper that your heart utters when words fail. Do not think that prayer must be made of ornate language, or that you must stand in a sacred building for me to notice. If you speak from the depths of your being, no matter how broken or trembling your voice may be, I receive those words as a fragrant offering. Prayer is your open invitation to let me cradle your worries, your hopes, your regrets, and your desires. Release them to me and watch as I shape them into a testimony of my faithfulness. Let hope rise in your heart today, knowing I am listening. In prayer, open the floodgates of your soul, allowing tears if they must flow, letting laughter if it comes, and embracing a genuine connection with me. You need not pretend or hide your imperfections, for I already see them with eyes of compassion, yearning to heal and restore the broken parts within you. There is no shame in approaching me with your burdens. In fact, I welcome your honest confessions, your pleas for understanding, and even your moments of uncertainty. Do not hold back, for I delight in authenticity, and I reward the humble heart that admits its dependence on me. Take comfort, beloved, for your heartfelt prayers never go unanswered in my presence. I am your constant companion, not a distant deity who turns a deaf ear when your cries ring out. Remember my promise. I stand at the door of your life, knocking, waiting for you to invite me in, so that we might share an unbreakable bond. You might have questioned at times if I am near, especially when difficulties seem unrelenting, but I assure you that my closeness is unwavering. Day after day, my hands reach out to pull you close, and my spirit gently whispers words of hope to your heart. Step into this truth, breathe it in, and know that you are never alone. Do not fear the burdens you carry, for I have come to lift them, carrying them upon my strong shoulders, providing you with relief and renewed energy. Let go of any pride that says you must handle it all by yourself, or shame that suggests you're not worthy of help, because I see you as worthy of every good gift and every sustaining grace. Your weaknesses are not stumbling blocks for me. Rather, They are opportunities for my power to shine. Embrace my grace, lean on my support, and allow yourself to experience the freedom of resting in my limitless strength. Know that I will never place on you more than I equip you to handle. When exhaustion creeps in, and it seems like each step forward takes more effort than it once did, do not give in to despair. Instead, come to me and rest in my presence, for I specialize in renewing weary souls. In the scriptures, you read how Elijah found refreshment beneath the broom tree, replenished by my angels so that he could continue. Likewise, I will provide for you in the ways you need most, sometimes through quiet reflection, sometimes through the fellowship of friends, and sometimes through a miraculous touch you never expected. Believe that I am orchestrating your revival, and never forget that a new dawn always follows the darkest night. If the weight of regrets from yesterday tries to clutch at your mind, if you find yourself haunted by mistakes or missed opportunities, hear me now. I am the God of new beginnings, the one who can transform the blackest stain into a brilliant testament of grace. I have already made a way to redeem your past, to shape your story into something beautiful and meaningful. Do not allow shame to paralyze your steps. Instead, place your memories, your errors, your regrets in my forgiving hands. Watch how I reshape them into testimonies of my mercy. Trust in my promise of a clean slate and walk on in freedom. I invite you to trust that my thoughts toward you are good, that I see you not through a lens of criticism, but through the refining fire of my love. My gaze is not one of condemnation or rigid judgment, but rather compassion, understanding, and a profound desire to see you flourish. Perhaps you have been hurt by harsh opinions or unkind words, leading you to believe that you must strive tirelessly for acceptance. But I say to you now, rest in my acceptance, for I know your heart better than anyone else can. Believe that I celebrate your genuine efforts and that my delight in you is sure. Go forth confident in my gentle admiration. My child, I hear your secret sighs when you wonder if I will provide for the needs of your family, if there will be enough to pay the bills, or enough time to nurture precious relationships. I tell you this, look at the birds of the air, how they do not sow or reap, and yet they are fed by my hand. Are you not of infinitely more value? I, who clothe the lilies of the field in splendor, will surely care for you in ways beyond what you can see now. Release your worries about tomorrow, and let my promise of provision bring peace to your anxious mind. Let faith rise within you, for I am your source. Even in times of confusion and chaos, when the world seems to swirl with conflicts and unending news of strife, rest assured that my plan for your life remains firmly in place. I am not caught off guard by the shifting tides of culture or the unpredictability of human events. My purposes endure generation after generation, and just as I have carried countless souls through ages past, so I will carry you. The troubles that weigh on your heart, though significant, are never mightier than my loving sovereignty. Entrust your future into my hands, and stand with hope, knowing that I remain king over all. When your spirit feels bruised by the harsh words of others, or when disappointment grips you because a door you prayed would open instead remained locked, remember that I waste nothing. Every closed door can be a redirection, a gentle nudge toward something better suited to the gifts and destiny I have in store for you. At times, my best for you might appear disguised behind small detours or moments of frustration. Don't allow despair to cloud your perspective. Trust that my vantage point is far higher, and I see the path you cannot yet discern. Move forward, convinced that each chapter in your life is carefully knit together for your ultimate good. My heart overflows with compassion for the lonely, for the grieving, and for those feeling the sting of isolation, whether it stems from loss, betrayal, or a season of searching for connection. I assure you, I am the friend who stays closer than a brother, the companion who walks with you in silent corridors where no other footstep seems to echo. Let go of the notion that solitude must equal despair. Instead, consider it an opportunity to discover a deeper closeness with me, a chance to hear my whispered encouragement in the quiet. I am here, filling the void with my abiding presence, and you need never feel truly alone again. My dear one, if guilt over unspoken words or unresolved conflicts gnaws at your conscience, I urge you to come to me in honest repentance, releasing the burden you were never meant to carry. There is no shame in acknowledging your faults. There is only freedom in accepting my forgiveness, which I offer freely. Through Jesus, I demonstrated the lengths I would go to rescue you, bridging the chasm with my own sacrifice so that you can stand unafraid in my presence. My mercy triumphs over judgment, and my grace covers you like a warm, comforting blanket. Do not hesitate. Approach me without fear, for I long to restore everything that feels broken. I promise, my child, that I will complete the good work I have started in you, shaping you daily into someone who reflects my character more brightly. You might not perceive the changes from day to day, but over time, my refining hand will become evident in the growth of your patience, the softening of your heart, and the maturity of your faith. Like a potter forming clay, I mold you, smoothing out the rough edges and strengthening your core. Do not be discouraged if transformation feels slow. Each stage is important to the masterpiece I am making of your life. Step forward with anticipation, knowing I will not abandon the work of my hands. When doubt whispers that your prayers bounce off the ceiling, remember that I am the God who answered Hannah's cries for a child, the one who extended mercy to the thief on the cross, and the Savior who is more than able to move mountains of despair out of your way. There is no situation too tangled or too dire for my intervention. There is no sorrow too deep for my consolation. Bring me your petitions, whether they be small or monumental, for I delight in carrying your burdens. Keep believing, keep hoping, keep praying, because I am ever ready to show my glory in your life. Let your trust in my faithfulness grow deeper each day. Today, I urge you to stand firm against the voices of discouragement that try to persuade you to settle for less than what I have planned. Do not bow to the illusions of inadequacy, for I have placed inside you the seeds of greatness, seeds that will flourish when watered by persistence, faith, and the power of my Spirit. Resist the temptation to compare yourself with others, as though my blessings are limited or your gifts are inferior, for each child of mine is uniquely fashioned to fulfill a beautiful purpose. Look upward and forward, knowing that I will equip you for every good work I have ordained for you. The future remains bright. Have confidence in the story I am crafting in your life, which is still unfolding in ways far more intricate than your current view can capture. I do not deal in half-finished tales, leaving my children stranded in confusion and unmet promises. My word has been proven reliable across centuries, and it will not fail you now. Even when progress seems slow, every twist, every turn, every delay is woven into a rich tapestry that will eventually dazzle you with its design. Set aside impatience, refuse hopelessness, and cling to my eternal perspective. Know that each chapter I pen contributes to a triumphant narrative of redemption. My beloved, there is great power in gratitude, even amid trials. Thankfulness is like a key that unlocks a hidden chamber of joy and opens your eyes to the evidence of my goodness that surrounds you every day. Notice the small blessings: a sunrise that colors the sky with vivid shades, a stranger's smile that warms your spirit, a moment of laughter with a friend or family member, and recognize them as tokens of my presence. Let your lips release songs of thanksgiving, for as you do, the weight on your heart begins to lift, and you become ever more aware that I am near. Embrace the freedom that flows from a grateful heart. You are my workmanship, created for a life of love, compassion, and a glorious relationship with me. I have not abandoned you to wander aimlessly. Rather, I have set before you open doors of opportunity to serve, to love, and to witness my wonders both in your own heart and in the world around you. Opportunities to grow in character and faith may arise in unexpected ways, through trials that test your endurance or through moments of joy that expand your capacity to rejoice with others. Surrender the need to control every outcome and trust that I am orchestrating a perfect plan for you. Rejoice in this knowledge, for you are part of something far greater than you realize. My love for you is wider than oceans and deeper than the universe, a boundless affection that holds you through every heartbreak, disappointment, and victory alike. I do not offer you a conditional type of love, rationed out based on your performance or perfection. Instead, I give you an endless supply, a river that keeps flowing no matter how many times you stumble. Allow the magnitude of this reality to sink into your innermost being. You are fully known, faults and all, and wholly cherished by me. Let this unconditional love strengthen your resolve to face each day with boldness. Keep your heart soft and your spirit open, knowing you are eternally loved. Take a moment to breathe in my peace, which surpasses all understanding, and let it settle into your heart, dispelling anxiety and fear. Much like a mother who tenderly holds her baby, I cradle you when the burdens of life press in too close. Here in my arms, the noise of the world fades to a hush, and you can rest safe in the knowledge that I reign supreme over every circumstance. Release the tension in your mind, the knots in your stomach, and surrender them to me, confident that I can handle what you cannot. Let this act of letting go anchor you in hope, reminding you that I am your peace. Yes, my child, I am well aware of the feelings of regret that sometimes shadow your thoughts, especially when you reflect on roads not taken or relationships that fractured. But do not remain chained to what could have been. Instead, bring every lament, every if only, every pang of loss before me, and trust that I can breathe life into the dry bones of your past. If you need to make amends, I will supply the courage. If you need to accept forgiveness, I will supply the grace. My desire is to heal your soul from wounds of the past, equipping you to embrace a brilliant tomorrow. Walk forward free from regrets. When the opinions of others become loud, and you feel judged or misunderstood for your faith, remember that I, too, was despised and rejected by the very ones I came to save. Despite that rejection, my love never wavered. In your own journey, you will find that not everyone comprehends the faith that motivates your life choices. Yet hold steady, for I have promised that those who stand firm to the end will be rewarded with a crown of life. Do not allow criticism to diminish your zeal or overshadow your convictions. Keep loving, keep showing compassion, keep reflecting my light. Even if the world scoffs, I am exceedingly proud of you. Beloved, you are never alone, for I walk beside you whether the streets are filled with sunshine or shrouded in midnight darkness. I see your efforts to stand firm when temptation lurks, and I am proud of every time you resist for my sake. I see your faithfulness in the small, hidden acts of kindness that might go unnoticed by others. Believe that I measure your actions not by worldly standards, but by the sincerity of your heart. When discouragement tries to creep in, remember how precious you are in my sight, and let that certainty uplift your spirit. Keep pressing forward, for my presence never departs from you. Do not resist the opportunities I place in your path to love others, even those who test your patience, for these are divine invitations to extend my grace. Love is a powerful force that can melt the hardest hearts, heal the deepest wounds, and restore fractured relationships. When you reflect my compassion to those around you, you become a living testimony of my goodness. Let your interactions be sprinkled with kindness, your words seasoned with mercy, and your actions overflow with empathy. In doing so, you embody the faith that transforms lives. Embrace this calling to be my ambassador of love, knowing that every compassionate deed echoes through eternity. You might wonder at times if your faith is strong enough, if your prayers are fervent enough, or if your devotion to me is sufficiently unwavering. My answer is this: I look not at the size of your faith, but at the sincerity and direction of it. Even faith the size of a mustard seed, when rooted in me, can move mountains. Bring me your moments of uncertainty, your wobbly knees and your trembling hands, and watch how my grace steadies your steps. You do not walk alone in this faith journey, for I am the author of your faith, guiding you from one victory to another. Step forth, trusting I will sustain you. Let me remind you that your life holds purpose, even in the parts that seem mundane or insignificant. Consider how a small drop of water can create ripples that expand outward, touching distant shores. In the same way, a single smile, an encouraging word, or a patient gesture can spark hope in someone else's heart, possibly setting off a chain reaction of love. Do not underestimate what I can accomplish through your willingness to serve others. With each day, I grant you fresh opportunities to bring my light into the world, and no act of kindness is ever wasted. Keep shining, for you are my vessel. When weariness tries to pull your gaze downward, set your sight on heavenly promises, reminding yourself that my power is made perfect in weakness. Do not shy away from acknowledging your limitations, for that is precisely where I can intervene most powerfully. My grace is sufficient, filling in the gaps your strength cannot bridge. Like Paul, who found perseverance in my sufficiency, you too can find the endurance to continue when it seems you have nothing left to give. Lean on me, cling to me, and watch as my might shines brightest amid your frailties. Keep your head high, knowing my strength sustains you. No matter your current emotional state, be it joy, sorrow, or apathy, draw near to me and allow me to meet you where you are. I'm not put off by your sadness, nor disappointed by your confusion, nor surprised by your anger. I already understand the fullness of your experience. Bring it all into my presence, for in your honesty, healing and growth can occur. You are safe to express every dimension of your heart before me, and you will find that my response is one of compassion and love, guiding you gently forward. Never doubt that I care about every facet of your life, from the grand decisions to the small fleeting thoughts. Take heart, beloved, for I am orchestrating a future overflowing with blessings, as surely as I shaped the path of Abraham toward promise, and as truly as I laid a new foundation for every soul who trusted in my unfailing guidance. You may feel entangled by the complexities of life, but I possess the power to untangle every knot, weaving each strand of your story into something that glorifies me and benefits you deeply. Even now, hidden solutions are coming to fruition, and soon you will see my hand at work in ways you never imagined. Keep believing in my plan, and let your anticipation grow. Rejoice that your future is bright in my care. The trials you face will not endure forever. They are momentary compared to the eternal glory I offer. Remember the butterfly that must struggle within its cocoon to strengthen its wings so it can fly once freed. In the same way, adversity can refine you, building spiritual muscles you didn't know you possessed, shaping you into someone resilient and radiantly hopeful. Even if you dislike the pressing and the pulling, trust that I am using these experiences to lead you to a higher dimension of faith. When you emerge, you will discover that what once seemed insurmountable has only prepared you for a newfound freedom. Hold on, knowing deliverance is at hand. I see your longing for community and true connection, and I assure you that I have placed people in your life for a divine purpose, some to encourage and uplift, others to challenge and refine, all to reflect a different aspect of my love. Cherish those I have given you, forgive the ones who have wounded you, and open your heart to new friendships that I might bring along your journey. You were not created to journey alone, and in the fellowship of believers, you will discover a sense of belonging that resonates with your spirit. Reach out bravely, trusting that I have set the right companions in motion. Move forward, cherishing the unity I intend for you to experience. When worry about your family weighs heavy on your mind, perhaps concerns about their health, their relationships, or their financial struggles, remember that I love them even more deeply than you do. Place them in my hands, entrusting them to my care and omniscient wisdom. No matter how dire their struggles, my heart yearns to protect, to provide, and to draw each of them closer to my love. Do not let anxiety choke your spirit. Instead, pray fervently, for the prayer of a righteous heart holds great power. Rest, with the assurance that I work tirelessly for the good of those you cherish. Continue to believe that my love extends to all you hold dear. Look upon the stars at night and consider their innumerable brilliance. They are but a fraction of the countless ways I can intervene and shine hope into your situation. I, who set them in their places, know each one by name, and I also know the intricate details of your circumstances. No challenge is too convoluted, no sorrow too deep, and no person too far lost that I cannot find them. I am the Lord of all creation, and yet I am intimately involved in the personal day-to-day journey of your life. Marvel at my majesty, but also embrace my closeness. You are never forsaken. My beloved, I encourage you to speak words of life, both over yourself and over others, for the power of life and death rests in the tongue. With your speech you can uplift or tear down, bless or curse, rejoice or despair. Choose to declare my promises over your life, words of faith, hope, and courage that align with my truth. As you do this, you will see a shift in your atmosphere for speaking out. My word activates spiritual power. Be mindful to sow seeds of encouragement into the hearts around you. Let your words testify to the transformation I am continuously working within you. Step forward, blessing others with your voice. Sometimes you might feel insignificant or overshadowed by more prominent individuals or seemingly more important callings. But recall how I used a humble shepherd boy to topple a giant, and how I entrusted my message to fishermen whose names became known throughout history for spreading the gospel. I specialize in elevating the lowly and crowning the meek. Your significance is not measured by earthly accolades, but by how fully you surrender to my will. Offer up your willingness, your faith, your talents, both big and small, and watch how I, the God of multiplication, expand your reach for my glory. Embrace your unique position with gratitude. When storms of doubt rage within you, when questions arise because the puzzle pieces of life just don't seem to fit, hold tightly to the anchor of my word. It remains a steady compass, a foundation that does not shift with the tides of popular opinion or fleeting emotions. Let my promises speak louder than your uncertainties, and recall the times I have proven myself faithful. Every story in Scripture testifies to my consistent goodness, from creation to resurrection. Root yourself in these truths, so that when the tempests swirl, you stand unshaken. Let hope flourish in the certainty that my word never returns void. I implore you, do not let bitterness or resentment take root in your heart, for these are like poison to your soul, slowly eroding the joy and peace I long to give you. Instead, choose forgiveness, not because the offense was insignificant, but because I have forgiven you so completely and wish to free you from the chains of grudges. Release any bitterness to me, allowing my healing balm to mend the hurt, and let my grace empower you to move forward, unweighted by the past. In doing so, you display the nature of my Son, who forgave even those who crucified him. Step forward unburdened, knowing that vengeance is mine to handle. In times of temptation, recall my word that promises I will always provide a way of escape. You are not helpless against the forces that lure you toward destructive paths. Lean on my Spirit, who resides within you, reminding you of your true identity as a child of holiness, a vessel of divine purpose. Resist the lie that you must give in, for I have bestowed on you the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. When the battle rages, look to me, stand on my promises, and see how I strengthen you. Even if you stumble, return to me swiftly, and I will restore you. Walk on in victory. Come to me with your confusion, your curious questions about life and faith, for I welcome a genuine, seeking heart. I am not intimidated by your inquiries or disappointed by your need for answers, because a healthy faith is one that grows through honest dialogue. Read my word, converse with me, and engage in fellowship with others who also seek my truth. In your pursuit of understanding, you will discover layers of my wisdom, grace, and creativity that will captivate your soul. Keep asking, keep seeking, keep knocking, and I will open doors of insight beyond what you expected. Rejoice, child, for I am the source of all true understanding. As a loving father, I celebrate your victories, both large and small. I smile when you overcome a long-standing fear, when you pass a difficult test, or when you extend kindness, even in frustration. These moments matter, and I mark each one like a parent proudly pins up a child's artwork. If you've never felt worthy of such recognition, know that in my eyes, you are of immeasurable worth, and your faithfulness in the little things delights me. Therefore, continue sowing seeds of diligence, honesty, and compassion. The harvest will surely follow. Believe me when I say, I rejoice in your faithful efforts. In every step of your journey, be reminded that faith, hope, and love remain the pillars of life with me at your center. Faith anchors you to my unchanging nature. Hope propels you beyond current struggles, and love reflects my very essence to the world. Keep these three closely intertwined in your heart, for they guide you through disappointment, triumph, and all that lies between. When you face tribulations, let faith speak truth over your fears. Let hope remind you of the coming dawn, and let love influence your every action. Focus on these, my beloved, and you will stand firm. Trust that my Spirit nourishes these virtues within you. Do not underestimate the comfort I can bring through the pages of Scripture, through heartfelt worship, or through the embrace of a trusted friend. Sometimes my voice is heard in the hush of a prayer closet, sometimes in the synergy of a church community, sometimes in a still small voice gently stirring your spirit. Be open to the diverse ways I communicate my love to you. Engage with my word as if reading a personal letter from my heart to yours. Worship me as if your soul is dancing with mine, and fellowship with others as if you are glimpsing a reflection of my kingdom on earth. Let your spirit resonate with my constant outreach. My child, you are destined to be more than a conqueror through my power, and while that does not mean you will never face trials, it does mean you will never face them alone. Rest in the certainty that every victory is multiplied when you lean on my strength. Stay close to me, celebrate my presence in your successes, and run to me without hesitation when weakness calls. The world may define a conqueror as one who never encounters defeat, but in my economy, a conqueror is one who rises again after each stumbling, anchored in my steadfast love. Lift your head, for you will surely see my triumphant hand at work. When your spirit yearns for purpose, recall my words in Jeremiah, where I declared that I have plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. Let this promise lodge deep within your heart, because I do not merely speak empty words. My intentions for you are as unwavering as the sunrise. Hold on to this truth when life feels monotonous or when discouragement knocks at your door. Nothing can sabotage what I have purposed, unless you willingly relinquish your trust. Walk forward, spurred by the knowledge that my plans for you are infused with hope, full of possibility and promise. I remind you again, beloved, no sin, no failure, and no flaw is beyond my redemption. I took on human form, walked among you, and bore unspeakable pain so that you might be reconciled with me. My grace is sufficient to cleanse you of guilt and shame, to heal the wounds of your soul, and to lavish you with a fresh start each day. If you wander astray, do not remain in the shadows. Run back into my open arms, for I stand eager to forgive, restore, and renew. My mercies are new every morning, and my forgiveness is boundless. Let your heart exult in this unending grace. If you are troubled by the state of the world, wars, disasters, hatred, and injustice, do not let despair overshadow your hope, for I am still God over all. I weep with those who weep, I comfort those who mourn, and I stir the hearts of those who pray fervently for my kingdom to come. Even in chaos, I am orchestrating redemption stories that defy human understanding. Your prayers matter. They align with my heart to bring justice, peace, and compassion to broken places. So intercede boldly, love radically, and continue shining my light. I will not abandon creation, and my plan for renewal stands firm. I encourage you to break free from fear, for I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. Fear paralyzes your gifts, silences your voice, and robs you of the fullness of life I have for you. Instead, face challenges with the courage I place within you, trusting that my angelic host encamps around you, guarding your path. Venture out in faith, whether it be sharing your testimony, starting a new project, or loving the unlovable. Watch how I transform your timid steps into strides of bold purpose. Embrace bravery, for I walk beside you always. In the grand design of your life, my child, seasons of waiting often play a pivotal role. Do not despise these pauses, for they are the interludes where your faith is refined, where patience is nurtured, and where I prepare you for what lies ahead. Recall how Joseph spent years in confinement only to emerge with wisdom to lead a nation, or how Sarah waited many years for the child I promised. In the waiting, I am shaping your character, aligning circumstances, and tutoring you in the language of trust. Keep believing in my timing, for I never fail to fulfill my word. Hope in me as you wait. As you progress in faith, also take to heart that I delight in your resting as much as in your doing. Even I rested on the seventh day of creation, setting a precedent for the peace of a well-ordered life. Give yourself permission to slow down, to engage in reflective moments where you simply bask in the warmth of my love without any agenda. It is in these still moments that you often hear my gentle nudges and sense my tender guidance. Do not fear that rest indicates laziness. It is in rest that I often renew vision and creativity, revel in my presence, and emerge revitalized. I promise you that what seems impossible in your limited understanding is entirely feasible in my limitless realm. My miraculous interventions have graced the pages of history and the testimonies of countless believers. When you find yourself at the edge of logic and strength, that is precisely where my power shines forth most dramatically. Lay your impossibilities before my throne, expectant that I remain the God of wonders, capable of parting seas, healing diseases, and resurrecting hope in the darkest valleys. Cast off doubt, welcome faith, and anticipate that I will move mightily on your behalf. Trust me to do what only I can do. Dear one, through thick and thin I have walked beside you, cherishing every tear shed, every laugh echoed, every prayer uttered. My companionship is not reserved for calm seasons alone, but is guaranteed through every storm, every sorrow, and every exultation. While human friendships might wax and wane, My devotion to you stands unyielding. Let this covenant of love be your stronghold when betrayal tries to steal your trust. Return to my embrace repeatedly and know that I will never tire of welcoming you. Breathe in my faithfulness and let it anchor your heart in the knowledge that I am always near. And so, my beloved, as you reflect on these words and promises, allow hope to blossom within you like a vibrant flower opening to the dawn. Even if clouds linger overhead now, remember that the sun remains steady above them, and you will feel its warmth again. My love is not fleeting, nor is my favor precarious. Both are everlasting, extended freely to the one who seeks my face. Look forward, child, with confidence, for the very best is yet to come, and nothing can separate you from my unwavering affection. I bless you now, cradle you in my peace, and assure you that your faithfulness has never gone unnoticed. Stand tall, radiate my love, and expect goodness to unfold in marvelous ways. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I have chosen you to be a precious part of my eternal story. Through every twisting road, every valley of uncertainty, and every mountain of triumph, I remain steadfastly devoted to you. Your life has significance in my eyes, and the tapestry of your experiences will one day form a testimony that reveals my glory. Consider this a solemn promise from my heart to yours, sealed by the boundless grace I pour upon you. Let your spirit soar with the assurance that you are fully loved, fully known, and forever held. So take my hand, dear one, and step boldly into tomorrow, for I have set my seal upon you, a reminder that